Sorry about the ending of that last video, and I had to quit, and then had to redo some stuff. I had to redo this video because it was making a lot of sounds throughout the whole thing. I'm like, what the fuck was that? But getting to my last part of my favorite films of 2012, it is Dredd 3D. I summed up a little bit on my previous video, but previous part, I really love Dredd 3D. It's my favorite film of the year because Carl Urban I loved as Dredd. He was my favorite character. Close second would be Arkin, Josh Stewart. But I liked him in the first film as well. But Carl Urban as Judge Dredd, I thought he fit the role perfectly. He was badass. He reminded me of, a certain guy. Uh, I I felt it was more of a throwback to the 80s, even more than Expendables 2. That's my opinion. It's not everybody's opinion, but that's mine. I felt it was more R-rated, more badass, more memorable. It felt more like something it would be from the 80s. I like the premise of the film, simple but effective, similar to the Raid Redemption, but from what I understand, Dread 3D was actually being made before the Raid Redemption. So I can't really not dread for that. I really liked his partner, Olivia Thirlby. I wasn't really sure about her, but she pulled it off well. Lena Headey, again, I wasn't really sure, but she did a really good job as the villain. I thought it was definitely violent. It has crowd-pleasing moments, like when he blew that fucking guy's head up. Like, oh shit. I like some little twists. For instance, the other judges, and they weren't really what we thought they were going to be, or at least what I thought they were going to be. And I was surprised. I'm like, oh wow, that's cool. Okay, that's cool. I should have seen it coming, but I'm like, oh, I like that idea. I like that bit. I like that little change, and it gave Dredd another thing to get through. I like the location that they had. I thought they used the budget well. I know there's behind the scenes Pete Travis and the writer Alex Garland. There's a big shuffle and stuff going on behind the scenes, but I don't think it affected the film. I remember reading, I can't remember where, something about how I think Pete Travis had made a slower film or made a like quote more boring film, and they came in, they shaking it up a little bit, and that if that was the case, then it was for the better. I mean, I liked the film. Granted, the action scenes are not every action sequence is put to their full potential. For example, there's a scene where he puts like a smoke grenade, comes in firing at these guys. That could have been done. You could have done more with that, but a lot of the film I thought was done very well, very fast paced. I did. No, I never got bored. I didn't. Wasn't antsy in my seat, man. When am I going to go home? It was a great experience in the theater. The 3D worked fine. I'm not a big 3D guy. I'm not. But it worked well. It worked. It did what it had to do. I like some of the grisly stuff that happens. For instance, this homeless guy, which Dredd warned to leave, but he didn't listen. So when the doors get shut for the building, it fucking lands right on the damn homeless guy. I'm like, oh shit. I love the music of the film. It was kind of like a John Carpenter vibe to the music that brought more of an 80s type of vibe too. And even a vibe of a Psalm Precinct 13, which is weird because I say 80s, but Psalm Precinct 13 was made in the 70s. But for some instances, it reminded me a little bit of Psalm Precinct 13, the original, which is all good in my book. I like the death scene of the villain. I know a friend of mine had a problem with it, but I like the fact that Dredd made her take the slow mo. I like the usage of the slow mo. I like that idea they put in there. I mean, it worked for the 3D, but even just the story itself, I thought it worked well during action scene or two and stuff. I like that he uses it on the girl because, first off, I can't really see a guy beating up on a girl, bloody. It just I don't know. You kind of get, even if even if someone deserves it, the fact that it's a girl, it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like, we're going to cross a line, and I can understand that. I'm, you know, I'm not sure, but I like the fact he made her take the slow mo, because if he didn't just threw her out the window, she would have boom dead very quick. But the slow, it's a slow death for her. It's like, imagine there's a bomb in the room. You don't know, the bomb goes off, boom, you're dead. That's it. Boom, gone, dead. But if you're in the same room and you're tied up and you know there's a bomb right there and it's slowly ticking away, it's like, oh shit, there's nothing I can do. I'm going to die no matter what. And it's the anguish of knowing that you're going to die and there's nothing you can do about it. And in her head, she knew, I'm going to die. You know, I'm out of it, nothing I can do, but I know I'm going to die. I know I'm going to die. And she's living her death in slow mo. It's kind of like drowning. Like, that's why a lot of cases drowning is kind of the worst way to go. It's like living your death in slow mo, which is a horrible thing. Or even on fire. When someone gets on fire, in a way, it's kind of like living your death in slow mo, because fire doesn't just kill you quick, it burns you and burns you and burns you. So the fact that she's slowly going down, and it's like, you know, death by slow mo, or death in slow mo, I should say. So I like the way it ended, and I would love to have seen sequels. I would love to have this been a franchise. And I did a whole video complaining, why did this film bomb? And there's a lot of reasons. People have told me the advertising sucked. People have told me because the trailer sucked. People have told me that because the 3D, there wasn't a lot of 2D showings. A lot of people said that, yeah, you have people who told me that Dredd just isn't that popular a character as compared to like Spider-Man and Batman, especially here in the States. You know, that Carl Urban isn't as big of a guy, which I don't think that works, because Andrew Garfield isn't that big of a guy, but he's in Spider-Man, and that was a huge hit. But, you know, it's Spider-Man. So, I mean, it could be a number of those things. You know, for me, I would think maybe the 3D. But, you know, some people say it's advertising, and who knows? Maybe it was one of those things that for some reason they only advertise in certain places more than others. I don't know. Be an interesting question for the makers of the film, but it's a shame, because I really loved Dredd 3D. I love the character of Dredd. I love the experience in the theater. I love it. It took me back to the 80s. It took me back, like, wow, this is like a film in the 80s, but, you know, with a little bit of a paint job. And that was a lot of fun. But yeah, that's my favorite films of 2012. I know coming up shortly, I have a top 10 of 2013 that I'm looking forward to, and 10 films in 2013 I don't give a rat's ass about. And then after that, with New Year's, I do want to review this film for New Year's. I know someone wanted me to review this film, and it's a good time. Because why not? Because, you know, 2012, the end of the world, which I think someone said was the 21st or something. But maybe I review this for New Year's Eve. Why not? It's 2012. Might as well review on New Year's Eve of 2012. You know, why not? And then sometime in January, I will be reviewing, since the First Power 100 sent me this, and he left me a message saying he'd like to see a video review. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. Blade the anime. Do my best on reviewing that, because my friend Michael did a great job with it. He reviewed it. And then I know another person wanted me to review this. Actually, a few people. So probably in the same day when I review Blade, or when I upload the video for Blade, I'll upload a review of this. One of my favorite Wes Craven films, The Serpent and the Rainbow, because I know a few people. And again, I do apologize that I didn't get to every movie I said. The Home Alone films, I didn't get to that. I apologize. I know someone wanted me to review Christmas Story 2, but I just, not only did I not get to it, I just couldn't bring myself to watch that shit. So I do apologize for that. It's weird, you know. I just real quick, like, sort of give a sort of message to you folks. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for the nice comments. Sometimes I don't get to answer every question. Sometimes, you know, when I write a comment, it's simple and straightforward, and that's all it is. It's nothing mean or rude about it. It's just simple and straightforward because you in real life, that's how I talk. You know, I just, okay, that's cool. You know, there's nothing deep down about it. It's just how it is. But I sincerely want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being very nice to me. And I don't make the greatest reviews, but you know, hopefully they're decent. And it's weird. It's like a random guy just not that long ago just made some random video saying how much I suck because when I do reviews, I'm like this and I talk like this. And I'm like, wow, man, I must be tired if I talk like that. Man, maybe I need some sleep. It was weird. The same person who said that I ranted on Halloween 4, and I'm like, you sure about that? Because the review of Halloween 4 is still up, and I enjoy the film, and it's still up for everyone to talk about. And the other funny thing is that the writer of Halloween 4, Alan B. McElroy, he actually left a comment, and he liked what I did. Granted, I don't deserve it, because I don't think it was the greatest review, but it was humbling that, you know, a writer of that film. And then I'm like, well, wait a minute. The writer of Halloween 4 did not mind my review, even though I don't think it was the greatest review. The writer of Halloween 4 left a comment on my review. It's like the director of Blood and Bone, he left a comment on my review of Blood and Bone with Michael Jai White. And Lauren Avedon, you look back on my Teen the Kitboxers review, Lauren Avedon, the star of No Retreat, No Surrender 2 and Teen the Kitboxers, left 2 very nice comments. So I'm like, it doesn't matter what some random kid says about me. Lauren Avedon and Alan B. McElroy said some nice things. Whether I deserve it, who knows? And that's pretty cool. I mean, every day I do a video, you guys leave so many nice comments. Someone was nice enough to send me James Bond movies. Someone was nice enough to send me Hey Vern, It's Ernest, a TV show that I watched recently. I really enjoyed. It brought me back. I saw a few episodes as a kid. I really liked that show. And someone sent me this that I'm going to be reviewing. You know, and it's like each day I get nice comments. And, you know, people send me stuff of their own free will, just like, hey, I want to send you because I want to. And I'm like, wow. Hell, this shirt I'm wearing, my friend Michael sent me just because. So, for anyone out there, if you do videos, just do them when you want. Believe me, it's very easy to do a better job than me. I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm the greatest reviewer ever in the history of mankind. I'm the greatest reviewer of YouTube. Far from it. I'm on the other end of the spectrum. But I talk in the camera. I'm honest. That's it. It's nothing special. It's not much effort. I know that. Why do you think half the time when I did gifts, I'm like, I don't deserve it? Because I'm like, whatever. Wow. That's awesome. So, for people out there, have fun. Do what you want. And, you know, be decent. I'm not perfect. I just hope to be decent. My videos far from perfect. I just hope they're somewhat decent. And somehow some people seem to like them. And that's humbling. You know, just a nice comment, nice PM makes it worthwhile. Getting some of the stuff helps too. But seriously, it's like, wow, I wasn't that upset from some random kid because all this nice stuff has happened. Even if one day this is all gone, hey, it happened. And that's cool. So I'll be coming at you with some top 10s of coming what I'm looking forward to and not looking forward to next year. And I just want to sincerely thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for commenting. Thank you guys for just watching. It's very humbling. And I'll never understand why people watch my stuff. But thank you once again. Ciao.